We are upgrading the river pier. It's time to start making a whole lot more cash because we now have product to actually move through here now. Before, it didn't really matter. We have enough smuggling points for the very singular type of product that we're trying to ship out. But we're a bit more diversified now, right? We got methamphetamines. There's even some cocaine happening over there. It's still coffee, vegetables, and avocados, but we could probably start getting some more types of stuff to package it in too. So it's nice to finally get the River Pier 3 upgrade, which is going to be done in 2 days. And then all of this stuff that's just in here ready to go just gets moved out, which is going to be great. So there's no extra space here for it to store coffee, apparently. It's going over into a new warehouse, probably, yeah, to be stored over here, looks like. And I have gone through some of this stuff. It's not completely taken care of, right? There's still a lot of red happening here. And most of this has to do with just an imbalance in the supply and our inability to send it where it needs to go to get packaged, namely workshops. We have, as you can see, just 2 avocado in here and a ton of opium. There's way more opium than necessary here. And I think there's probably a good reason to switch one of these to coffee because this vegetable thing isn't working out either. So I'm going to switch this to coffee. We should see warehouses start moving coffee into this building. Look at that. Bang. Just tons and tons of coffee moving in there. And so now that we have, I think we'll switch this both to coffee, actually. The reason why we're not doing coffee before was because this checkpoint was confiscating them. Now they no longer are, so we can open that back up and start making the cash again. So our cash problems and our overflow problems kind of started happening when we can no longer process coffee. So we're gonna get that taken care of over here. Now, I got a lot of people over here moving product around too. You can see they have a lot of coffee here, but not a whole lot of dried cannabis, even though the warehouses have a lot of dried cannabis. There's just something about it's just not working out, right? There's just not enough trucks moving things around the way we need it. So the upgrades and stuff we're going to get later are really going to help with that. But for the time being, yeah, I can kind of micromanage it a little bit by moving over to some of these warehouses that are kind of overloaded. This one's a good example of one. And I could just basically have my 2 deputies here just moving things around, right? So we can say, you just infinitely deliver to this one. It'll just constantly move the dried cannabis into this to be packaged. You can constantly move this dried cannabis, providing a dedicated trucking route over to additional workshops so that we can constantly produce goods here. That way, when they get loaded up onto the trucks here with this transport company, we're ready to rock and roll. Speaking of which, I'm going to upgrade that too because I can. This is Residence 3 now. And because of that, its radius is huge. And it's actually able to cover this built in, which is a really nice thing to be able to do. So we don't have to use this as a separate connection now. It should mean, because of that, that we can now have mostly everything here managed by dirty money, provided, of course, we're making enough of it. And I would hope that by going to tier 3, we would be able to make enough of it pretty easily. So we'll be taking a look at that. Now, if we take a look over here, this is where the drying rack is. Oh, it's the song again. The song again has those police sirens in it. It's always messing with me. So we have a lot of hydrochloric acid, as you can see. And so we certainly don't need any more. I think we're kind of in this weird balance at the moment where 2 of these is too much because this one's a tier 2 and this is a tier 1. So 2 of these is too much. But if I go with this, then we're too much on the other side. And so I think I'll just turn this one on and let this be hydrochloric acid because these are both tier 1s. And I think this is a better balance. I don't know. We'll like 3 of these to 2 of these at the different levels, I think is where I'm going to go with that. Of course, we have the labs and stuff, and they both can handle methamphetamines instead of handling cocaine. Although I do need a little bit more going in here. I've only delivered 6 so far. I did say I was going to pick you guys up with that done, and I didn't do that yet because I just wanted to show you that I'm upgrading this. That's really the only reason, is because I'm upgrading this. So 53,000 is coming in pretty soon, and all this stuff gets sent right out of here. We don't even need Capo to be on these boats anymore. We can get Capo out of here and have him do other things, which is great. We do not want him moving any product through here because he has to go through the town in order to do it. That'll create some some terror as he goes through the town. So we want him to stay kind of out of town for most of the stuff he's doing here. Let's go ahead and get this residence queued up to be upgraded. And this is the final, this is the final transport company. And it looks like you have additional Seaport, Riverport. You can go here as well. And then, yeah, that's it right there. Shipping products out of here. So you've got way too much. See, dried cannabis coffee, you got too much. So it looks like I'm going to have to move these two back over into here to help with that, because now we have this 3 avocados going out and probably 2 avocados next time or something, rather than having, yep, there it is, rather than having all these other products being shipped out of here, right? So we need more lieutenants doing that stuff too. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's try this. We'll say that now that you've delivered this, I'm going to have you stop that, and I'm going to have you move over to the border there to help with routes on that side. And then Rafaela doesn't need to be in here, honestly. He's got cannabis cultivator too. We can have him move over here now too. Okay, so some time has passed, and we have a phone call here from one of our lieutenants, I think, here. So I'm just going to take a look. It says, Oi, deputy, I've got buyers, sellers, and manufacturers all up my ass complaining about missing shipments. Where are our trucks? Mierda, has it been 2 days already? Something you forgot to tell me, mija? So the driver strike, etc. This is basically the same thing we've seen before. And it's basically telling me to give them what they want, which is 1,500 legal money, and loyalty slightly increases. And that is okay, because the counter to that is just, I don't care to deal with it. 1,500 is nothing. 1,500 legal money is completely nothing. Okay, so we still have some little red blips every once in a while here, and it looks to me like Wagner has now turned volatile against me. So he is about to burn down a drying rack. So there's that happening. Now, we have 2 of them, thankfully, so not going to be a whole big deal. In fact, I'm thinking I might let that burn down anyway and just upgrade this one instead. So why don't we prompt an upgrade? We'll let Wagner burn that down. He got it out of his system. Now he's back to being dedicated, and we can put him right back where he belongs. I don't really care. There you go, Wagner. I mean, I can't upgrade you anymore other than just raising your upkeep, and I don't want to do that. I just don't think you need it, okay? So I don't think anybody in my organization has the assassination trait. So we're going to instead have to get them locked up in prison instead, you know? We're just going to have them take one for the team and send them to prison. So to do that, I got to find the prison, which is way over here. And I'll talk to this dude and see what we can do for him that will get him happier with us. Okay? So, a huevo in the flesh. And he just walks into my office. Que milagro de Dios. Santos Claver, a tall, snake-hipped man, opens the door to the governor's office and bids the capo enter. I'm offering a deal, Claver. I wouldn't have staked you for a sapo, senor. Tell me, who are you giving up? A lieutenant. Just one every once in a while on the hook for something careless. Petty theft, trespassing, possession. They're out in a matter of weeks. You get a nice collar and a picture in the paper. In return, you show some leniency if they find themselves in here for something less innocent. Even were leniency a hard liquor, you would not find it in Mayor Blake's flask. I once submitted a proposal for a charitable foundation dedicated to the rehabilitation of the incarcerated. Give them joy, lift them up, give them purpose. That's our mission. But the mayor has his values. Lock them up and leave them there until they haunt the walls, he said. So much for caring. Flavor shifts in his seat. I have no interest in collars or pictures, senor. But help me provide some salvation to the pobres almas trapped in these walls, and something on the outside for those who see it again someday. Then, I will grant you your proposal, okay? Claro, Claver. You're doing God's work now, Guillermo Falco. All right, so he wants me to deliver some televisions and some consoles here, make their life a little bit easier. That's fairly straightforward to do. We need area depots in order to fulfill that request. So we'll have to do that. And I guess I could get rid of the university You know, it's providing a little bit of, you know, speed for my research, I guess. But if I swap that out for an area depot, then I've got the stuff I need to work with and I can just have everything move through. That's a really long path to go, though. God, it would be really nice to have this one. It'd be really nice to have her on my side and just have this. I mean, there's a seaport here. There's a checkpoint there. There's an aerodrome there. You see, like, that's a really good place to be right over here, because then we get access to all of this land and this village and the prison direct. So there's definitely some room to go there. Anyway, I upgraded the aerodrome to aerodrome 3 now. And you can see there's tons of money in here. There's so many things we can fill in. So we need to get this money out of here. And I'm going to say that we are going to start jamming full some caches. And so this is where rat holes and stuff start to come in. And I don't really want a whole lot of these, but I'm going to place 2 of them down so that we can hopefully start getting things shipping out of that aerodrome a little bit more. So we're going to bury some money here real quick. Burying it in the backyard kind of thing. And hopefully that will free up enough space for these guys. And look at this. This thing is about to ship $110,000 worth. Like, that's just nuts. All right. So we've got to have a bigger capacity for washing money. And so I think this university's got to go. I got to replace it with something. I got to replace this with something. So I'm going to demolish this building. Yeah, workshop 3. Yeah, I'm going to have to demolish this. So university is gone. It's going to slow down our current research, which is workshop 3. Right? Workshop 3 is the current research. Yep. So we're going down workshop 3. Then we're going to hit fulfillment centers and things like that. I've redone the workshop order, or the research order, to kind of help me in producing goods just a little bit faster. It's really easy to make money in this game. The challenge is to make money in a controlled manner so that you don't attract a ton of attention. That's the hard part. And she's going to go after all these other buildings that I just don't care about right now, because this isn't my territory yet. I probably should talk to her, right? I think I will. I'm going to talk to her. She's only down to dedicated now, so I think I should probably talk to her. And her gang is really quite weak, so... All right, the Capo and La Silletera stand aside each other at the end of a long procession of tables, covered in crate baskets, packs full of flowers. First, something to draw the eye of the onlookers to the Silleta, our centerpiece. Tradition should be at the center of our Silleta, ¿cierto? We want a flower that celebrates our history, our culture. Which do you think? Pryor guides the capo to a table with 3 crate baskets of white flowers. One is marked Stars of Bethlehem, a flower with petals shining white as its namesake. The next is marked Flor de Mayo, the Mayflower, a white orchid with a striking blue-purple lip. The final crate basket is marked Lily, a flower adorned with a maroon texture towards its center. I choose... So, we've had the description of things. She's talking about tradition and things like that. So I'm going to go with either Flor de Mayo or the Stars of Bethlehem. I don't think the lilies are great there. Let's go with the Stars of Bethlehem. ¿Sabes qué? It's not what I have chosen, but I like it. These flowers are very meaningful to the religious population of this country, symbolizing hope and forgiveness. 2 farmhands appear to take the other flowers from the table, and Para leads the capo on. Surrounding our traditional flower, we want something comforting. Like we've invited the eyes in, and now we're offering them a nice bed to sleep in, so to speak. The next table has 3 more box crates, this time packed with red flowers. The first is marked Pinocchio, a largely red tulip with white tan edges, creating a striped effect. I kind of like that. The next is marked Mums. These are large, fiery flowers with orange petals and deep red edges. The final box is marked geraniums, tight clusters of small flower heads, each adorned with uniform teardrop petals. I gotta go with Pinocchio's. I'm just going to go with those. Okay, she likes that a lot. You like those, eh? Me too. They remind me of those little red and white candies my grandma used to give me. They represent the coming of spring, too. However, I do wonder if the colors may be a little bold. The farmhands return to take the leftover boxes, espada, and the capo head to the next table. Oh, whatever next. Whatever next. Claro. How about a flower that commemorates those lost for our cause? Honor and respect. That's what we're looking for here, capo. Another table, 3 more boxes, all containing blue-headed flowers. The first is marked agapanthus, a flower made up of a cluster of small blue lily-like bells. The next is marked pansies, a bushel of black and yellow centers from which expand petals of a gradient of light blue to violet. The final crate box of the 3 is marked gladioli, a tall monolithic stem covered in raising uniform flower heads. I think the first option has kind of worked for me well so far, and I really don't know flowers well, so I'm just kind of wing it. Agapanthus, this thing is what we're going to do. She really likes that one. Agapanthus get their name from the Greek agape, or unconditional love. It's a lovely sentiment, but it might be a little much. We'll see. It wasn't her favorite choice, but it worked. The farmhands seize the unchosen flowers, and Para leads the capo to the last of the tables. And finally, the border must be bold. After all, if the center draws in the eye, then the border must keep it there. Be courageous in your choices, capo. The yellow glow precedes the last 3 box crates. The first is marked sunflower, bright yellow petals surrounding a large face made up of tiny florets. The next is marked carnations, an intricate double blossom at the end of a slender stem. The final box is marked plume celosia, a unique flower with a head like a rising flame. Well, gotta be bold, right? Rising flame, yes. Absolutely. Muy atrevido, capo. They look like little heads of fire, don't they? This flower evokes courage and boldness, as well as stillness and affection. Silliness and affection, sorry. I'll let you decide which this is. Bada pulls a small flower from the chosen crate and tucks it into the capo's breast pocket, giving it an affirming pat. There it is. And finished. Not bad for a hard-hearted narcotraficante. Now, we prepare for the parade itself. You're not telling me that I have to carry that thing down the mountainside on my back, are you? No, capo. The one carrying the sieta will be me. You see, the tradition of the sietero, sietero, I don't know anything about it, it's like this, I don't know nothing about it. So it's like this big sort of assortment of flowers, sort of on this like big backpack kind of thing. And they take it with them like on a journey. Is to be passed down from generation to generation. So her mother probably did it at some point too. I was born into this tradition. I was born to carry the flowers. I was born to carry the sieta. So she's going to carry the sieta, and that's cool. Okay. She's zealous now, but I'm not able to have her join me. But at least she's happy, and she won't be a nuisance to me anymore. All right. Still only have 33 of these things delivered, man. There's just not enough. I need to be able to grow it myself, or to get this sourced from a closer village. You know, like if I could source it from a closer village, there just isn't one. There is no village closer than this. It's kind of wild, this map. They've just decided not to put a village in here to complete this objective. You have to go all the way out to get any villages. Like nobody lives in the south side of this island. It's just the way it goes. All right, so we have a ton of money. We have very little means of actually being able to wash all of it. Look at all that. It is crazy. I just don't see how I could possibly wash all of this. I think maybe the church needs to go. I don't know what building washes faster than that, but I think it probably needs to go. And then we have a spot here now. We need to focus entirely on what can wash money the fastest. I'm thinking casino, but let me just take a look at the options really quick because there might be one that does it faster. The cathedral and laundry mode 3 can do 33%. Sorry, 33%. It does it's 33,000 in 7 days. to where the casino can do 22 cents. So the cathedral is still the better option for laundering. How about that? What else? Taxi company, salsa club. Or we can just get an area depot here, which would be pretty convenient, but it won't wash anything. And I really need to wash money here. So I think I'm going to go with the cathedral. It's big and it's bold and it's awesome. And if we can just get it, that would be swell. I do have a bank in both cities already. And of course, once I get this, then I'll have a lot of, washing potential there too. I think what it is I'm just too big for the amount of places I have to wash money right now, right? I just need to have higher capacity for the size that I am. So that's just something that happens. Okay, so I've mostly got things balanced now. Still a few times where it kind of pops up on me there, but for the most part we're balanced. A lot of this balance comes from disabling certain fields. So in this case, I've got 2 of the cannabis plantations done and then this little farm here. Over here I've rebalanced things a little bit. I've just now activated a few of these opium fields and stuff because we got overloaded on coffee. Still need to evaluate that, but I have added a couple of extra workshops and that's been helping a little bit too. Over here it is. Over here, we still got a pretty good operation happening here. A little bit of an imbalance through this. Obviously, you can't get it perfect, so the idea is to get your processing to be slightly higher capacity than your raw material production, and that way you never have that bottleneck problem. I don't exactly have that yet because I'm still trying to deal with this this need to get cocaine over to that city. We're at 90 out of 100 here, okay? I've delivered 90 out of 100, so I need to come back over here, and I basically have an army of people that are ready to go, always ready to go to deliver any dried coca that we get out of this immediately over there. At this point, though, I don't think that's necessary, so I'm going to go ahead and instead have this be... Higa's going to go ahead and drop off chicken here. This thing has been locked down for quite a while. We had confiscations happening here as well as 2 different resources that were suspicious goods. So we basically had avocados and coffee being completely suspicious, with chicken delivery getting more getting completely confiscated for some reason. So or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe it was the coffee that was getting confiscated, or the avocados were getting confiscated, coffee and chicken were suspicious, something like that. Regardless, that's starting to wear down now, and we only have 4 days left on the coffee suspicion, so we can hopefully start getting things moving here again with these extra slots. So we're going to start getting some chicken delivered there again, and as soon as they're back in stock with cocoa, we're going to go ahead and do that too. Let's move you back over here. Your deliveries and stuff was pretty good before. You have a big trunk there on your vehicle, or at least you have... Well, you got several different cars, so I guess that's fine. Velasco, I think you 3 are still going to deliver the cocoa. We're almost done. I think this little delivery of cocoa here will probably be the last time I have to buy it. At least I hope that's the case, because we don't have much left to worry about there. And this thing is just going to keep doing methamphetamines until we bring the cocoa over here. So yeah, that's the update. Notice we got a whole lot of cash now. I've added a whole bunch of these rat holes to try to dig it up and stuff. We're going to start seeing rot here pretty soon, but I just don't have a way to wash this much money. My operation is simply too large for the number of buildings that I can have for washing money, right? Like the number of buildings we have. I've gotten rid of the university, and so our research is a little slower, and I've added the cathedral instead because it is the most effective washing building in this game aside from the bank. So cathedral's in there too. Hotel's helping us with a whole bunch of trucks moving money around all over the place here too. So yeah, what we really need is Monteleone. We need this so that we can have additional washing capacity. That's the bottom line here. Everything, we just need additional capacity. And then I'd like to get a residence in, probably right in between all of this stuff. Maybe just on this side a little bit to cover all of these buildings with dirty money management as well, instead of having them be managed by legal money. Speaking of which, pretty much every building in this area is now back to being dirty money managed. All right. So we're not doing things with legal money anymore because I have a lot of it, right? I switched it back to legal when I didn't have a whole lot of dirty money in stock. My washing is too fast, right? now we can switch this up and we can have things be managed with the dirty money again. All right, so I think I've pretty much switched all of these over. If I've missed one or two or something, I'll figure it out eventually. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, I keep having to pay Wagner more money because he keeps wanting to flip out and attack me. So he's up to like 500 upkeep now. Over here, it's kind of the same deal. It's mostly just by shutting down certain fields, right? As I've shut down fields, and like you could say, okay, well, why don't you increase, you know, you can add a couple more warehouses or more drying capacity or whatever. But at the end of the day, the core problem right now is that we are making too much money for the number of buildings we have to wash money. So I've got some rat holes that I've made, and the stuff's going to start rotting. I've only done it because I don't have any way of keeping the residences from overflowing. The aerodrome has been fantastic through this. We've had a lot of confiscations and a lot of like shutting down certain products in certain places. This thing has been a really annoying, like this thing has been very much a nuisance. Okay, we had at one point here, although I do like to see chicken here like that. That's good because he is delivering chicken from the village right now. At one point, we had this seaport telling me that it was going to confiscate avocados. Now it's going to confiscate coffee. Coffee was suspicious, and chicken and spice was suspicious. It's just like, okay, I guess we're just not using this place then. That eventually did wear out, but now we have to manage things even more. So we are going to now turn off avocados. Coffee is now out of this anyway, and we want to deliver as much chicken. Deliver as much chicken as possible, basically. And of course, we are purchasing coca from here. At least we have been. I think I'm going to go ahead and purchase some more chicken from here, though. Let's just go ahead and do that. There we go. Keep Ahiga busy. Yeah, I keep having to up this guy's bring this guy's upkeep up, right? Because he's very needy. All right, I don't like him. I want to get rid of him. But none of my people have the assassination perk. Only a couple of them have it on their list, and it requires them to be capo in order to get it. I believe that's Paulina. Paulina is the one that does that. She could do silent assassination, but she only gets that if she's in charge. So she's never going to have that, right? Salvador has it as well, but again, only if he is the capo. So we're not going to be able to do any assassinations. So what I've done instead is, as you know, in this video at some point, we did look at that. The warden is here, and we need to deliver televisions and consoles. We're going to be doing that probably from the area depot that's going to be stationed in this town here. We're going to get an area depot in here and be able to work that. We'll probably get the amusement park and salsa club removed and replace them with higher volume buildings. But yeah, that's the plan. All right, now you guys know the plan. So let's just take a look over here really quick. We should start to see the deliveries happen. I want to see anyway. There's only 90 in here. It should be automated from this now. I shouldn't need any of my people to do it. It's just a matter of the product itself making its way to the transport company, and then once it gets here, it will ship out to the town. I just got to see if it's actually being made. Let's go switch that like that. There we go. And now we'll have cocaine being made. That should be the last step. That's a truck with 3 in it. That's not very last step, right? I need more than that. It can't be all of it. There's got to be some... Okay, you're bringing dried cocoa. That's good. I think maybe that's the last step. I don't know. The thing is, you need 92 in order to kick out the dry. You need 92 cocoa to kick out 50 dried cocoa. And then you require 55 to just even run. So it's just taking a very long time is what I'm saying. This would be awesome if we could grow it, right? This would be easy if we could grow it, but we just don't have the ability to do such a thing. So this truck is going to head out now too. Should see a cocaine truck head out here any second. And I probably will need to upgrade this transport company as well. That's a cocaine truck. So we'll upgrade the transport company while we're here so that it can do higher volume, potentially moving product over here. And of course, the river pier has been an awesome place, but we still need to wash all the money that the river pier is helping us with. Like, we still need all that money washed. You know what? To celebrate how much money we have and the fact that we're about to have a great time and get another town, I'm gonna go over here with Wagner, who is still disaffected despite having like several large raises recently, and we are going to have a party. We're gonna have the capo throw a party, and everyone who is not zealous yet is gonna go over and attend this party. So he's zealous, we're fine there. Roberto, you should probably come over here. Let's make a celebration over here. Yeah. Anyone else over here need some loyalty? You're zealous. Loyal is okay. Yeah, you guys are really high on the loyalty scale. I think we're fine there, but we definitely need it for Wagner. So capo, let's throw a party. Host a party in the residence for lieutenants inside. There we go. And right here. So we are now hosting a party right here, and we should see that their loyalty is going to rise every day that they are in this. And I don't know exactly how long the party, I guess the party just goes on until I stop it. The party goes on. The party will end when I say it ends. Apparently. So these guys are just going to gain loyalty for every day that they're inside the residence. That seems fine. And this residence obviously doesn't work while that's happening, but we have the hotel here anyway. So, I mean, the hotel's managing everything. It's super fine. Is that really how that works? Yeah, it's going up. It's up to the skull's eyes now. You're zealous. I can move you out of there. Have you back over there. Pretty much anytime anybody gets zealous, we'll just move them. We'll just move them and get them out of the party. You're zealous again. Cool. There you go. Enjoy that. We're gonna have you go to the bank. Absolutely. You're zealous now. Cool. Let's move you back over here to help with the deliveries. You're above the eyes now. I love that party thing. Is awesome. We definitely should be throwing more parties. It's just Capo and Wagner. Yeah, a whole bunch of buddies. The concert in the city of Romanos is over. The concert held in the residence of the city of Romanos was over. Loyalty has been increased. Oh, that's it. So now it's over. The party's done. It doesn't just end when I say it ends. It ends then. It just ended. Okay, no big deal. Capo's gonna stay there and just, you know, he's passed out already. He had a great time. So he's gonna be over there for a bit. Can I deliver the money? You are infamous. I don't want to do it with you. Actually, you both are. Gross. I'm not gonna be able to do it with you. Let's have you come on over here. Wait, you have soft bidding too? Okay, I have 3 people with soft bidding. That's fantastic. All right. Very good. We will purchase, I think, a little bit more coca. I don't think we got it yet. I mean, we're having a party, but I don't think it happened yet. 96. Go. See if we can get any more in there. 96. We'll switch that back over to cocaine mode. And then, what's up, Ahiga? Patron, our harvest managers suspect we might be risking soil fatigue on some of our farms and plantations. No, mijora, soil fatigue? Any excuse for not hitting their quotas, eh? Yo no sé, pero they say we can either switch up what we're growing or send in one of our more green-fingered lieutenants to help with the revitalization of the soil. Well, I can totally send the green-fingered one. I have somebody with that, right? Send a lieutenant with any ability that affects growth efficiency to regenerate the ground. I have that. Cool. Someone oversee production as well as keep an eye on the month. Yep, exactly. Okay, so I'm pretty sure somebody has that. In fact, it's Ahiga himself. He actually has this. So where does it need to go? Which field is it? Oh goodness. It's like this whole area is terrible. Oh boy. Okay. Well, we'll send you into here. How long does this last? Time of cannabis increased by 90%. Okay, no problem. We'll just flip on our plantations and cover the difference that way. It's pretty easy. And you know, we can get our buddy here to maybe hopefully tell us how we can fix it. Right? 21 days left. And lieutenant with any ability that affects growth efficiency to a highlighted farms or plantations for 21 days. Okay, cool. That's what he's on about now. And then can I get my coca? Boom, there it is. Okay, so that should be all the coca we need. I can't imagine needing any more. In fact, we are done. Monteleon is done. Let's go ahead and acquire the city. Ah, el huevo. Welcome, welcome. Concert is in full swing. Up on the stage, a small band of trumpets, guitars, and percussion accompany the headline act, Carl Sa, in an exclusive performance of a selection of songs from his soon-to-be-released album, En Vivo. As the trumpets take over, Manuel Pepe Bejorquez dances across the floor towards the guest of honor. Can I get you something? Something to drink? Something to eat? Something to fuck? For what does the heart yearn that the head forbids? I can't stay long, Bejorquez. Oh, you daña parche. What's the point of having all that money if you don't enjoy it? I simply came by to make sure you hadn't drunk too much and forgotten about our deal. Of course not. Monteleon is at your service. Bejorquez bows and spills the entire contents of his cup on the floor, the capo size. Gracias. Congratulations, the region is yours now. You can take control of it. Yes, I need this region. Go. And that is ours now. Okay, now, at this point, apparently Wagner wants to say something. This campaign trail 1 is completed now. Now Wagner wants to talk. Got a whole lot of stuff that we just completed. Yama Falco arrives at the PRE office in Mexitlán just in time to meet Wagner Castrillon on his way out. Falco, ¿cómo está la cosa, primo? Bien, compadre. Falco cast a glance toward the window of Camila Cervantes' office. Camila is expecting me, no? Beneath his thick gray beard, his lower lip turns upward into a broad smile. See, and I wouldn't keep her waiting. He leans in close enough for Falco to catch the scent of mezcal on his breath. La Doña is very happy with you, primo. And with those words, Wagner Castrillon disappears, whistling heartily into the back of a black SUV pulled up against the curb. Camila Cervantes awaits in her office. She rises as Falco enters and meets him eagerly. I just spoke with Wagner. See, I met him on my way out. He said you were very happy with me, Senora Leidar. Cervantes sighs. Oh, that man has no sense of subtlety. However, his words are true. She shows Falco to his seat and in turn takes her own. I was pleased with his report on how you handled the party's campaign in the South. He said you performed your duties with a spirit of integrity that embodies the Partido Revolucionario Establecimiento. I wouldn't have thought Wagner was capable of such high praise. Wagner? The man could be Secretary of Sycophancy. Sycophancy? I don't know that word. But I trust his assessment. I want you to keep up the good work. The party is funding social initiatives in the South. It's not much, but it pays well to voters, and you will oversee the foundation. And Wagner? Command him how you will. He is more useful than he looks. As it seems, so are you, Guillermo Falco. If you can toe the party line, that is. Okay, so we now have Monteleon. A lot of people's stuff just changed to be volatile now. That's great. So now everybody hates me because I'm getting too big. Makes sense. I'm kind of getting right up in there on their territory. We're probably going to have some more gang problems. To help with that, we're going to make sure Capo is stationed in this city now. We're also going to make sure that Paulina is close by just to help out. So really guard down that city. And he got, we have really good... Yeah, we just need you in here to help with this. It looks like... Okay, so I'm in the area and all of the negatives have gone away. It's what it looks like anyway. So I should be able to move you like pretty much anywhere. As soon as he goes on the road, all of these fields are affected. As soon as he lands in here, if he's in the affected area at all of the fields are corrected. That makes me feel better. Okay, that seems pretty good. We're going to go ahead and shut down these extra plantations. Then I don't need them. And whichever one decides to be legal first, that doesn't matter, okay? All right, so Wagner is here. He's considered dedicated. Still want to get rid of him. But the first order of business we should be doing here is making sure that all of our businesses in here are ready to launder. So we need the bank. That's going to be the very first thing I do in here. Definitely need a bank. We're also going to make sure that any business in here is absolutely laundering at the most it could possibly do. And then we need to get our residences to be looking at that. So I'm thinking probably you can move the checkpoint out and put you instead over here to, well, I'd like the bank to be a thing, but yeah, let's make the bank be where you bring the money. The bank should be here, right? That's the salsa club. Where's the bank? The bank is the thing that's building. It's right here. Okay. So I need you to not be the salsa club. I need you to have the bank. There we go on your list. I also would like to do the same thing with the hotel. Make sure the hotel has this too. We can remove, I think we'll remove that checkpoint because this is a lot higher volume to the bank instead. All right. We should now see a whole bunch of money flow out of here and flood in to the bank over here to help start getting washed. Our new mission objective says build charitable foundation in every southern region. That sucks. I didn't want to do that. Looks like I have to do that. So I'm going to build a charitable foundation here too. We're going to use dirty money for it because I can. So we'll do that in Monteleon. Over here, we need to replace one of these things. I think the circus is probably the least... the amusement park appears to be the least necessary here. So we're going to want to make sure that the amusement park is shut down so that nobody brings anything to it. So that is here. We'll shut down this. And instead, we are going to make sure that we move to the amusement park, which is here. Yep. And I want you to deliver all the cash that's in that amusement park and deliver it to the hotel. The hotel will now disperse it where it needs to go, which is to say it will go all over the place. Okay. With the amusement park no longer having any cash, I'm going to go ahead, I think, and just delete it. There we go. And then we'll have you come back over to just be anywhere. I don't really care where you are. And we're going to have to build that charitable foundation in this city in place of the amusement park. I'll have to build another one. And I'm pretty sure, of course, I've gotten rid of the other one, right? I got rid of the one in my original city, so I have to build one there too. Let's go ahead and put charitable foundation there. We'll build it with dirty money. Why not? Absolutely. Bank is operational. Crank it up. It already has 75 grand in it to start washing. Okay. There we go. Now we have extra cities. We have the extra bank. We can probably do away with some of these other things. The church is going to go. We don't need it. It's got 58 grand in there. It's going to take like a year for it to wash that much. So we're going to make sure that we get somebody over here to go to that church. And we're going to get rid of the church and add the charitable foundation in here instead. So we're going to shut this down. I think right after it launders it. Actually, we could probably just start removing it now, right? Yeah, I just want to make sure that nobody's bringing money to it. That's the thing. So I need you to not have... Which one of you has this church added? Which one of you have this? Yeah, get out of here. You are going to take money over to the bank here. I also want you to have it to there as well. And you might as well bring it over to here too, right? Have all of those locations. Then you are going to have, I think, let's pull the cathedral, the jewelry store. Let's take the jewelry store off of your list and put the bank on your list over here instead. There we go. I need to make sure that all this money is getting washed very well. And then I think I need probably another residence in this area because we will still need to move some money around. So I think I'm going to go another residence 3 here, right on this side. Probably let's put it like right here. Just get just a few extra trucks, basically, is all I'm looking for. A few extra trucks can move money around so that we don't have it sitting inside our aerodrome constantly. It looks to me like we're going to need some extra people flying this out. We got a lot of product to move in here. Oh my God, that's 200 units of methamphetamines. And the price has been restored. That is crazy. Definitely need people in here. Yeah, we don't need cannabis cultivator. Let's get rid of you. We don't need the cultivation. We'll just turn on the plantation instead. Higa's in here. We don't need you here either. Get to this aerodrome and start moving that stuff out of there on the planes, because holy moly, that's going to be a lot of money. You're right there. $117,000 worth on planes right now. That's fantastic. Paulina, we need to clear out the rabble. So this is going to be owned by Cuchilla y Cristal. And Cuchilla Cristal is also here too. So that's her. We don't really want to piss her off. She is actually much stronger now than she was before. So got herself a little bit. I would very much like to be her friend. You know, we just can't be her friend. It's just, it doesn't matter. It just won't let me do it, you know? What about over here? I'd like to get this land too. I think getting Tiguan would be great. There's a lot of benefits to this, but I still have to get canvassing 1 done. All right, so this is the party line. Canvassing 1 is just not possible. Host 1 event in the new building, amusement park or salsa club. All right, this is for the airport. So salsa club, let's go to the salsa club. We're gonna host an event. That's what it wants me to do. So there you go. All right, and they will come. Good. Event is done. Let's go real quick over and check with the airport. He wants us to reach. That's it. Reach respect. Done. Acquire the airport. Perfect. Just look at them all. They're like birds flying to whatever the sun shines brightest. Yerba Falco stares down from the top window of the air traffic control tower. The airport tarmac is gridlocked with planes waiting to unload their cargo of tourists. Is that so? You think that'll be enough people for... what was it you said? Some things to go unaccounted for? See? I'm sure. How would you know? You haven't looked. Behind him, Flores Avion hangs on the rounded corner of his desk as though if were to let go, he would fall straight through the floor. No, but pues, es que I can picture it. Gracias for your work, senor. You may consider this place a point of export for your merchandise discreetly. You will need to smuggle your narcoticos inside of legal goods. We have appearances to keep after all. Simple to do. So now all we really need to do here is we can just take this warehouse. I don't think I need the warehouse. I thought it was a transport company, but if I build a transport company here, then I guess that would work for me. Basically, I just deliver all my goods to that warehouse, and then the transport company will take it here. And then we have to fly it out ourselves anyway, but this would be a good way for us to just get it on bulk so I can just have one person doing it instead of having to go longer distances. So I probably will end up doing that. She has... Let's shut this off. I want to move all this money out of here, actually. All of this money needs to move out of here. We're going to send it to... you know what? Let's send it to this bank. It's really quick to do that. Oh, right. Of course, the bank is full. Of course it is. Of course that bank is full. All right. Well, we just lost, 30,000 in cash. I didn't check how full that bank was before telling her to do that. Probably should have moved it here instead. Yeah. Probably should have. Oh well. This is what we need to delete. So this church goes away. Goodbye. And then we'll put the charitable foundation here instead. You know, like losing what, 30,000 bucks or whatever. Like when you have this much money, that's kind of like dropping a quarter on the ground and not noticing when you've got like 100 bucks in your pocket. It doesn't matter. So it's fine. It's completely fine. And then of course it's going to wash it super fast now too. So we won't have to worry about it for much longer. All right, with that out of the way, I can now build my charitable foundation right here. Illegal money, please. There we go. And we shouldn't have any problems with that, I don't think. Unless they don't deliver it here. It doesn't matter. We'll just build it with legal. And then that should take care of the request that they've had. Yeah, we'll just do it. That should take care of the request. And then we already have a charitable foundation in here now. So that's one. Okay. And then as soon as this is taken care of and we move and progress through the story, at that point, I can just tear those down and put better buildings in them anyway. Look at all that money just flowing to this bank probably, right? It's flowing a lot of places. But yeah, to the bank. All right. Why are you not doing anything? Let's add this as a place. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Nobody has that added as a place yet. Since I own this territory now, though, I can go ahead and put my residence that I wanted right over here. So let's just make sure we get a residence that covers most of these buildings. This is a tier 3, so it's going to be the maximum distance we can cover here. I think I need to free these. I need to free this area in order to build where I want it to build it. So right here is where I want this to be. Just enough to cover that end building right there. See that how it's highlighting on the tip there? So right there is where I want this. And that will cover my entire meth business. We can start hooking up, you know, the river pier and things like that for this so that this can keep its dirty money supply, and then we can handle it with all these buildings here too. That's fine. The shape of a man veiled in a dull gray tracksuit fades against a dull gray wall. We know this already? His thinning hair is slicked into a comb over. He's not, I mean, I don't know if we know this already. This is the same guy the whole story started with. His thinning hair is slicked into a comb over. He is not a large man by any means. His slender shoulders slump down from his collar. The markings on the wall indicate that he is just 1.67 meters tall. Standing out against the grayscale is a bold black plate held in his hands. Heavy white lettering reads, "This is the same me and mi apa. We never spoke much about politics." Fury pinned to his chest. He was a busy man. He had very little time for me, but I do remember he took me to a traveling circus in Costa Blanca. They had a tent called the Galeria de los Espejos. It was a tent filled with mirrors, trick mirrors, mirrors that distort your shape and make you look tall or short, wide or thin. Simon Rivero pins Falco's mugshot to a Muro de la Vergüenza behind the bar. I don't know what that is. There, Guillermo Falco finds company amongst photographs of other social pariahs, thieves, drunks, and one particularly bearish man who apparently committed the crime of talking too much. Looking at the photograph, I feel like that boy again. Like this isn't real. That it isn't me. And yet, that was a quick change. Okay, that's the guy from the cover art, from the marketing art, from this update. Damian Luna. Suddenly, a new tone sounds in the bar. A sotto voce. This is who you truly are. The man pulls up a seat next to Falco and casts an eye to the bartender. The usual, Senora Luna? And another from my friend here, Simon. Falco has still yet to address this new stranger, fascinated by the lime green painted half mask obscuring the stranger's face. Lo siento, pero do I know you? The mask has no apparent fixture to the stranger's face, but rather seems to have somehow become part of his skin. The bartender places 2 drinks in front of Falco and the stranger, a light blonde beer and a pale pink cocktail. I know you. Ah, you know mi apa. No, I said I know you, Guillermo Falco. The masked stranger lifts their glass gently beneath their nose and takes in the aroma of grapefruit and tequila. On his right hand, he wears a large signet ring featuring an engraving of a horse's head. I'm not here to help you honor your father's legacy. I want to offer you the chance to forge your own. I'm listening. 2 spoke until beyond the final call. Leaving behind the photograph pinned to Muro de las Verganza, Verganza? I still want to know how to say that properly. Guillermo Falco heads out into the night air with a renewed sense of purpose, his own purpose. Wow. Okay, cool. So now we get canvassing 1 and canvassing 2. Yeah? That's what we needed to do in order to make more friends. We need canvassing 1 done. So canvassing 1 is we make an alliance with a powerful gang from the northern regions. Los Barraros in Shigiachi? Shigiachi. I don't know how to say that word. I was hoping it would be over here, but apparently it is not. So that is going to be... it's these guys? I don't need you guys, man. Not be joining this current. So I need to make friends with him. Is that really what I need to do? Los Bororos is what it says. So I guess that's what I need to do. And then canvassing 2, we need to capture the gorillas. Okay. And we still have the soil fatigue going on, and we still need to get the TVs and consoles brought to the prison. Guys, this has been a long one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We got a lot to do, but we clearly have the capacity now with all these buildings operational and the bank and everything kind of connected now. We need more residences for sure to handle the workflow, like all this money. We need a lot more residences for that. I think it might be a good idea to build a residence over here that can go get the money. Ooh. No, because of... Well, you know, it's the ferry station. So really, if we build the residence here, it's the same as building it right next to it. Or at least, not the same, but it's closer. I need another residence is what I'm saying, all right? So I'm probably going to go for that. This one needs to grab money from the seaport. So we'll need to make sure we're doing that well. We also need this one to bring money to, let's say, the jewelry store there. We're going to have you bring money to the cathedral, let's say, there. Although the hotel is basically handling that, so I actually don't need that. I need places that the hotel can't access. The hotel has a lot of trucks, so I guess we will hit the bank here. And then I'm going to head all the way over here for you. We're going to make sure that you're bringing it to this bank, as well as, let's say, amusement park. Circus. Doesn't really matter which one, I suppose. It just needs to bring money around, okay? Just spread the money around. Make sure you're moving it around, and you're basically going to take the money from the seaport and distribute it everywhere. So this is where you're going to get the money, and then you bring it to all these locations. And that's what this residence is going to do, possibly in addition to delivering in other places. So as we deliver more goods over here, and we do need to turn this stuff back on, looks like coffee is good to go now. So let's bring coffee here. And of course, as we bring any other legal good like chicken, for example, as we do anything else, yep, that's how we'll handle that. In the meantime, this building, I believe, requires a change. There we go. And then we're not doing cocaine anymore, if I can help it, so we can turn this building off. We don't need that anymore. And this lab is now dedicated to what really matters, which is our meth that we're making over here. And then this residence will also manage not just delivering the money here, but we're also going to make sure that it's getting the dirty money out of the river pier as well. I probably could switch you off of the aerodrome. Well, you're already on the river pier anyway, but if I switch you off the aerodrome, I'm delivering it to 2 sources here anyway. It's fine. Okay, I can mess with this offline. I don't need to extend this already very long video even further. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you. We have the southern regions. It's looking pretty good. What's the next step, huh? Well, canvassing, of course. Let's see how we do that, huh? We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.